is, again, in this one, you guys can see that I have y equals a times b to the x minus h plus k. A lot of times when I get stuck with these, I just want to label what everything is. So I'll say a is negative 3, b is 2, h is negative 1, and k is going to be 0. Does everybody agree with my assessment on that? Usually students have a hard understanding of saying why that is this case. But because remember, it's x opposite of h, right? X opposite of 1. So what's the opposite of 1? Negative 1, right? So just remember it's always in that case. So now, what does a do? A not only tells us our y-intercept, right? But it tells us also that's going to be like our stretching. So a is actually going to shift our new y-intercept. Everybody agree with me? A represents your y-intercept. That's what we did in our first homework. Correct? Finding the y-intercept. A is your y-intercept. Over here, oh, why did I get to 1/3? I made a mistake with that, guys. I'm sorry about that. That should have been at 1, though. Right? I don't know why I made this y-intercept over here. I made the y-intercept at 1/3 for some reason. It's not at 1/3. What's a in this problem? 1. So the y-intercept should have been at 1, right? Sorry, my bad. Everything, all the other math and all that stuff's fine. But the graph should have been crossing at 1, not 1 and 1/3.
So was the asymptote move again?
No, asymptote still shifted up to. Nothing else changed. It's just the graph would have looked a little bit differently. So anyways, this one is at negative 3. And we have this plus 1. So h is equal to negative 1. So my graph is actually being shifted to the left one, right? And I'm not moving it up or down. Now, logarithmic equation. OK, so if my graph is being shifted, why did I go negative 3? Oh, OK, negative 3. So what happens is this graph has now been reflected about the x. It's been reflected about the x-axis, where multiplying by negative inside gives you reflection about the y-axis. Outside is x-axis. However, did I move my asymptote at all? Did I shift up or down at all? No, I didn't shift at all. All it is, guys, is a reflection. Here's what the original graph would look like. Right? And if you shift it left 1, now it looks like this. All I did was take that graph and reflect it. Right? So therefore, when now you're determining your domain and range, the domain is still from negative infinity to infinity, because it keeps on going past there. My range, though, is how low does this graph go?
Negative infinity.
And how high is it going to go? 0. Done.
Mr. McLogan.
Yep.
So the asymptote is whatever's left when the function is equal